So, what we're going to do in this play session right here, it's the start. I want to do the next lab because we have everything ready to go. And so we're going to do that. But before that, I'm just going to go ahead and try to get a upgrade on an item. So I use this little scanner tool, and I found what would be good for us. You can also do this, although this is still going to be relatively good. So if you go to the Path of Exile trade website, you can do this. This is, of course, all optional as far as trading goes. But what you can do is you can just type in like bow, so just any bow, and then you just hit search, and you also want to put in like how much money you have, which is going to be like, in our case, we have 1 Chaos Orb. I want the thing that has the most DPS. I don't care if it's physical, elemental, because I have conversion with my skill. You can see this one over here for 1 Chaos Orb. I get this, and it deals that amount of damage. Now, this will be relatively similar to what I've already got in my thing, like what searched for it. But the other one I think might give us another like stat. Let's see what else does it give us. So this one over here is saying this one's the best. It also gives us increased elemental damage with attack skills, which that would be why it's giving us so much damage. We could also maybe try to get a 5 link. This would be maybe potentially possible. So over here, this requires level 42, and I want the one that has the highest DPS. So most of these, though, just as a heads up, will be corrupted. And this is pretty dang good. Actually, that one's super solid because it gives us also that increased accuracy. Now, the crit strike chance won't be super useful, but like all this elemental damage is pretty great. But what we could do also is if I wanted to use this tool where I get the session ID, we can actually search for it as well. So make sure it says Necropolis, and I go to find best. I put number of links 5, and then max price 1 Chaos Orb, hit execute, and see what comes up. And let's see what comes up. And this gives us 51% damage, and it's going to also give us a massive amount of, we got elemental damage, and it's got good colors. So this one's for 1 Chaos. Let's go ahead and see if we can snag this one for 1 Chaos Orb off this person. And this will be a 5 link, so I can move this over here, and then I can maybe get a new chest piece relatively soon. So hopefully we can get this item off this guy, and if not, we'll go to the next one. So what's this one? Now this one, it's corrupted and it has colors we don't want. Let's see if this guy was respect. Oh, cool. We can grab this one. Nice. So we're gonna go. What's his name? Oh, his name's all kind of gibberish. So he says 30 seconds. 30 seconds is totally fine. There's not another item I want to buy during that time. But I also have a few things that I need to turn in for the quest because we got a bunch of quests completed, but I never got my rewards for. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our rewards really quick. So let's go ahead and grab our reward from Waylon. So he's going to give us a passive skill. And then also we can talk to Sin. So we're going to go do that. And I think there's a couple other rewards that we could get. Also Airmere. Over here is another passive point. And we're going to go complete that one. And that was the Master of Million Faces, and we got Queen of Despair. Okay, so the rest of the other ones, they don't really matter. Like the Silver Locket one. Oh. Okay, here we go. Oh. I'm pretty sure we just gave it to him. Alright. We should be good, though. Alright, let's go and continue later. If you need to check if you've done any of the passive skill quests, you can just type in /passives, and it'll tell you which ones that you've gotten. So now we're just waiting for that guy to come over and give us that bow, and then we're going to go ahead and have a nice little upgrade. Now we will lose chain, but we can also gain chain because we're going to be getting our next class Ascendency. So this one will be really nice to grab. So he's going to grab the item for us. We'll give him the Chaos Orb, and then we're going to go ahead and trade. Now this one does require us to be level 66, so I can't use it yet, but I'm grabbing it so I will be able to use it later, which will be quite great. So it's 11 levels, but sometimes you can pick up an item that you see that's kind of nice. Now, this one doesn't give us accuracy, so I might need to get another one that has accuracy later. But I do need to make sure that we maintain accuracy. So, in fact, that's something that I'm going to do right now. So there's accuracy here, but we can check if there's any other nodes for the accuracy. Oh, that's right, we're going to this one. And then we can get extra accuracy per green socket, and usually you'll have like, you can get plus 300 real easy. So right now our accuracy is 2872, so like we're pretty good. Another 400 life. Let's go leave the party, and then let's continue. So as far as Act 7 goes, we're finished with it, but we are actually in Act 8, and in Act 8, which is essentially Act 3 in the future, that's how the timeline in this game works, we are now going to be going and doing another boss fight. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back you can just click on this little thing that says Aspirants Plaza from the minimap, but you can go into it from Act 3 or Act 8. It's the same exact town. But PoE 2 is not out, Richard. Otherwise, I would be playing it. So now we're going to do the Cruel Labyrinth that says we should be about level 55. And hey, we're perfectly level 55. Now, this boss is quite difficult because he can one-shot us. So as long as we just don't get hit once from the boss. And I know it sounds like, oh, it must be super hard. It's just that you can't get hit by his attacks that, like, charge up. And this is another lab, just like we did before. And we can get chain on this one. Oh, we're going right to the trial. Cool. And these always kind of vary in terms of like the map layout. And if you want to, you go to the PoE lab and it'll tell you the fastest route. But I feel like I'm so fast with it. By the time I load the website, it probably is still a little bit faster to do it. But it's good to be able to learn. So it's like most of those attacks where you hear him charge up, just stand behind him and don't get within melee range, and you'll be okay. Just shoot, move, shoot, move, shoot, move. Just like before, you cannot just insta-kill him. You have to actually fight him several times.
You are relentless.
There we go. He's gone. But just watch out for anything that charges up. Oh. I thought he was already good. He was done.
Such resilience.
Okay, now he should be good.
Wisdom is the offspring of suffering and time.
Now if we want to actually get more damage, I think I just threw that faster attacks on the ground. We can actually remove... if I want to, for the boss, I actually should do this. I should remove the volley support because it does less damage. And I could instead run like the returning projectiles because that does the damage basically twice. Although the returning one does a lot less damage. Oh my gosh, there's so many like traps over here. Whew. I'm glad we have that life leech. Put us right back to full HP. Okay, some of these can be a little bit dangerous. Like we got pretty close to ripping, and there are sometimes secrets, so be on the lookout for like little levers, which can give you some sort of shrine effect. What does it need? Colors. Oh, the bow. Because if it's corrupted, we can't modify it. Realistically, you can technically use other like tainted currencies, and there's also vault orbs that you can use. But realistically, for now, I wouldn't want to buy any item that has to have like a vault orbs as an investment. So in 11 levels we'll get our upgrade. We'll be okay till then, I think. Probably should have like actually changed the level requirement because that actually kind of matters. But by that time we'll have our class Ascendency ready to go. And there's 2 more labs after this this one because you get a total of 4 labs. But take these slow, man. I know I'm just absolutely just rushing it, but you can die very easy doing these. Is there no spikes? Sometimes like it just trolls you. Like, do you see there's no spikes? There we go. Oh. Oh, we're stuck. But if you are bleeding, you see it in the top left. Yeah, that means you probably should hold still. Unless you're sitting in giant AoE that's doing more damage, then you can move. You get out. You like to bring 2 healing flasks in the labs? Well, like, for me, it's just the traps that I'll die to. I will very rarely die to this guy because he will one-shot us because we're evasion-based. This is kind of just how this boss works.
Choose your path.
We're evasion-based. But unlike the endgame bosses, in the endgame bosses you have 6 portals. With this, if you die once, you gotta do it all over again. It does suck, but it happens, man. Like, even though I've been playing this game for so long, and we have 0 deaths right now, like, that could have killed us right there, potentially. But he's gone already.
Empire remains filled with emperors in waiting.
In order to be able to get enough damage reduction from, what are we at, 530, it's not that bad, actually. You might be able to survive, I don't know. I think they did some sort of chaos damage. Oh, I really hate this one. I'm gonna try to skip this if we can.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Oh, we have to do it. It's only one area, which really sucks. sometimes you can skip certain areas. Okay, that wasn't that bad at all. There are ones where there's like so many traps, but you have to like hit these switches. Oh, this is for a bonus reward. I don't really care for it. What this is, and I'll kind of explain it. It's a game similar to Lights Out. So one of these is an open, one of them is a close, and you have to open up all of them. Do I know the combo? No, but did I just get it? Yes. And you get rewards. I honestly got super lucky. I was just in the middle of like kind of explaining how it works. So one of them opens it. I just RNG'd it. To be honest, what I did was like a 1 in a million. It's like I just pulled a winning lottery ticket out of the trash can. Like I just RNG'd it straight up. Let's go ahead and see what this one is. Sometimes it's better to go to a different floor if like the area looks too hard. So this area has the key, but I don't really care about the key. That's just more rewards at the very end. And I wouldn't really care too much about the rewards of the like hardest difficulty. The hardest difficulty ones will actually give you rewards that would make it worth it. But these ones, it doesn't really matter. So the next room will potentially be kind of harder because there's going to be all these traps. You'll see, yeah, it's a lot more difficult than the other ones because, well, there's a bunch of traps that fire will do fire damage to you as well.
Honor your name.
See, that's the move that would one-shot us potentially. Just keep on moving and shooting. But try not to have him off your screen, because that's where it gets dangerous, because then you don't know when he's going to be doing his jump slam attack, which is the dangerous move.
Claim your inheritance.
Kind of hear him when he's trudging up. Okay, cool. We got a treasure key. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. Open it up. What do we get? We got a 2-stone ring. That was it. All right. What do we get at the font? So we can sacrifice a gem for currency items. Okay, cool. What do I have? I don't know if it's based off of the level, but we can get a transfer gem or we can get currency. I just want the straight up currency. What did we get? I don't know if it's correlated to whatever you put in here, but I just threw it in there. Alright, we'll go touch the altar of Ascendency, and now I can get the chain, or I can get some more damage. Now, because I have to wait till level 66, which is about the time I can get it, it's up to you. If you have a good bow that you can equip, then I wouldn't get this, but if, like, right now, I may use the bow for a while. So, this is, projectiles have less damage, but they will gain damage as they go further out, so I like it. I think it's good. This one's focal point is also kind of a nice thing to get, but I mean it's up to 60% more damage. Pretty good. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this. This won't show, by the way, in your damage sheet, but you know, the further away you are, more damage you'll deal, and that counts the projectile going back too. If you get like returning projectile support, which is one of my favorite things in the game, and we'll probably run it very soon because it makes your clear speed crazy. So now that we've completed that, we are now going to be finally starting Act 8. So that was quite fast. We were able to trade, and what we want to do in Act 8 is start off going through the toxic conduit. And our next quest is, I guess, the bathhouse. There's actually 2 different paths that you can take for this area, but this is where we collect the platinum bust, but this is in the future, so things are a little bit different. There's a boss that we'll be fighting very soon. Lose XP. Yeah, you do lose XP if you die, but we have not died at all in this play session. Usually, unless it's some sort of like really crazy mechanic where like they overtune stuff, which happens quite often in this game. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. We almost died. But I usually won't die in the campaign. And it's fine, you know, if we die. It's not a big deal. I've died before during the campaign, but it's not like we're playing on hardcore, so there's no real loss. Maybe we lose 10, 20 seconds. Ooh, that is 3 orbs of chance. I'm going back for that. So orbs of chance are going to be used to trade for maps later in the end game from one of the NPCs. So definitely want to try to pick up all of those that you can. Orb of binding. Cool. Got this elite. Many players are playing, oh, Detonate Dead, yeah, but I don't really like that compared to, like, the speed, like, that thing doesn't have, like, it doesn't take forever to kill things, but, like, if you compare that to what you can do with lightning warp, it's not even the same. Like, I can lightning warp and finish a whole map in less than a minute. Very consistently, too, with, like, really bad gear. I know Detonate Dead isn't really expensive, like, to get it kind of rolling. But neither is the bow build. And I like bow because I think it's way faster. You start off with the ranger, and there's so much more movement speed in this. That's why I like it. That's why for the past 3 leagues. Plus, on top of that, there is 2 new skills to play around with the bow. There is a new ice shot skill. We will try out all the new skills. It's just for the campaign right now. I just want to try to just get through as quickly as possible. So from Doji Cesspool, basically the sewers, we're going to go to the cauldron. We're going to hit the valve over here. And I think we just, well, let's go fight the boss first because it's not going to pause for us. So how this boss works is you can do damage to it. And if you want to clear out some of the stuff, you can pull on the little lever. But it shouldn't really be that required. So there's just a bunch of explosions. If you want some of the stuff to go away, the valve is right there. You might need more mana leech to sustain, especially if we go to another like link setup. I try not to get hit by the balls, but sometimes there's just too many balls. Ooh, took a lot of damage. Ooh, look at all those like overlaps. That looked really deadly. Alright, there we go. Now we go to the sewer outlet. And now you can go to the left or the right. Now, what I like to do, there's like Solaris and Lunaris, as far as like which direction that you go. It doesn't really matter, no, because it kind of lead to the same thing anyways. So you can go to the Quay or you can go to this side. For the sake of it, let's just go left. Again, it really doesn't matter because we're going to have to do both sides anyways. As long as you get the waypoint, just make sure you get the waypoint because that would be nice to have. So from the Grand Promenade, we're going to be going towards the bathhouse. But yeah, that 60% up to 60% more damage is just going to be so fantastic. And what I really like with this build, once we get like the returning projectile support, or we can get a ring called Nimbus, we don't even need to like look at the screen anymore. The reason why is because our projectiles fire in random directions, and so what will happen is we don't even need to aim because the projectiles just fire randomly and they go across the entirety of the screen. And that's the reason why I like this build. Oh, what was that? Just some boots, okay. So yeah, we're gonna go straight to the bathhouse. Oh, can we dash down here? Let's see if there's a path this way. I think it's, yeah, it should be up. Oh, did we get unlucky and it's actually, oh, maybe it's this way? Nope. It's gonna be all the way to the left and then we go up. Alright, there we go. Finally got to the bathhouse. So let's get the waypoint at the bathhouse, because this area actually splits off into 3 different objectives here. So with the bathhouse, there is a boss. There is the next like main quest zone. Boss will give you a skill point. The quest zone is like to progress and get to the end of the act. And then there's also a trial of Ascendency in this area. So there's so many things, and it's kind of up to the luck of the draw which one you go for first, but if you're watching this playthrough, it's probably better just to do it in the same order that I do it, so it's not confusing in any way. So what we're gonna do first is we will, there's a quest objective over here. You can grab this to get a small reward. It doesn't really matter though, but I feel like you'll always end up seeing this in the boss. Like, look how fast he dies. A small little reward. Oh, we're out of mana. Go. so we can take the thing and we can give it to the NPC. But that's not a quest that we actually need. What we're looking for is the Trial of Ascendency. So we found everything but the trial. We found that one last. But this way we don't have to go back. Okay, it's not that far away. So we're going to do the trial. So you can wait for the fire to go away, or you can just pop a potion and just run through it like me. And that is the option that I like to go for. But it is very dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. But if we die, like, it's not like we're really losing. The crafting recipe over there too. But yeah, take your time if you need to. But our build is so fast, it's like you could probably just breeze through it too. Alright, so we got that. Let's grab the item. Maybe try to get 1 Chaos Orb for it. So now, what is it? Level 66, so we need 10 more levels to get our bow upgrade that's waiting for us. Now we're going to go to the High Gardens. Heck, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find a 6 link. Because the 5 link is going to give us way more damage, obviously. And we'll have the ability to maybe throw in returning projectiles. And returning projectile is fantastic. It's the next thing I kind of want to add into it. Because the clear speed gets ridiculously good when you add that one in. Especially when you have that like far shot. So yeah, now we're in the High Gardens, and what we're looking for in the High Gardens is a boss. Pretty much just progress to the next area. Oof, that was a big pop. I love seeing it. I love lightning arrow, man. It's just so good, especially again with the chain. Just shoot once, it just pops everything. So great. Oh, those explode, so gotta be careful. Well, all the porcupines already explode, but that was like another explosion on top of explosion. Pull the Diablo 4. So what we're looking for is the Pools of Terror. So this is the boss that we're trying to defeat. So we'll go inside, and then you'll have to wait for a moment. Kill those NPCs, and this will also refill all your flasks.
My mana is gone.
This boss is pretty easy. Just don't stand in like the giant like orbs that follow you and explode, do damage. He's almost gone. Our poor golem died. There's some of the golem over there. We may need to get some more mana leech. I've noticed mana kind of problem right now, so we can put 2 points into it. It's not a big deal. We can deal with the minus mana cost later. You can also get minus mana cost on rings. Did he drop anything good? It doesn't look like it. Okay. So now we're going to go turn in the quest. And there's another node. I mean, this one could be better because it gives us life and mana, and it's per enemy hit. But I really wouldn't mind just grabbing these two. It's totally fine. Not a big deal at all. And there's also increased armor invasion while leeching. That's not bad. Later, I do want to get the thing where you sacrifice life. Your life costs, or skills cost life instead of 30% of the mana. I mean, it doesn't cost very much. 20 mana, a third of that, small amount, right? 7 mana per hit. And that way I'm always draining myself and then I'm going right back up. So I'm always kind of leeching. And while doing that, I get 40% increased armor and evasion rating. I don't think it's that bad. Totally usable. Yeah. We can definitely go for that. So that's not a bad option. And then we could also maybe get like this extra accuracy if I'm really feeling it. All right, let's go turn in the quest and continue.
Good. There is nothing else.
Get to the end game of this game, hopefully today. What were the resistances we needed?
So it was that bloody scholar after all, was it?
Cold lightning.
Sick bastard. You found.
Stay out of the shadows.
All right.
You're right.
So we have one of these rewards, cold and lightning. Okay. See if the ring's any good. It could be good as long as it rolls life. Nope, didn't roll life. We still have a bunch of stuff that's kind of cluttering our inventory, and I need to make sure if this doesn't remove our... Okay, we still have enough stats to make this viable, because this actually gives us a little bit more HP, and I think this solves our resistances, right? Solves one of them. We're still missing 5 cold resistance, but it's fine. I mean, I don't really need more damage. It's not like a huge need right now. And then I'm just going to list it for sale over here in the 1 Chaos tab. I'm just going to throw in a bunch of items in here. Some of these, actually, these are going to go into my currency tab, which kind of like sorts things for me. And if there's anything that's like way underpriced, well, it's okay. The game will let me know by having 100 people whisper you at once. All right, so... what I have is a currency tab, and it does cost real money, but it just sorts everything kind of nicer for you. It's not really that big of a deal. Don't feel like you need to grab that. The only thing that you really need to get that I would recommend is the $1.50 one, where it lets you trade items. It lets you list items. Otherwise, you're only going to be posting on forums, and it's basically, you're not going to realistically be able to trade if you don't do that. But that's up to you. So now we have, there's like 2 like worthless points, but then there's this that gives you increased movement speed, and this is a pretty good node. Gives you spell suppression and increased life. But what we want to try to do is try to max out on spell suppression. This really helps out. So this will make all spells do half damage. So there's a bunch of spell suppression here, and there's a bunch of spell suppression here, and then we can get it on a few pieces of gear, and that will really make our character a lot stronger. The other option is to get a lot more HP, but you'll see that there's not that much HP on this side of the tree. We'd have to go like over here. Where is it? We'd have to really push super far over here, and it's so many investment points. It's like 5 or 6 points into like almost nothing to then finally get the HP. But this is pretty nice because it gives you ignoring armor penalties from armor for your movement speed. But as far as it goes right now, I mean, I don't really need damage or survival. I'm feeling like I'm pretty a-okay on everything. Getting these additional arrows is not a bad option though, because that way I can swap off of our volley support, and then we can get basically 30% more damage, which will be quite great. We don't have any other increases to speed right now, but there's a couple other projectile ones where it's like you get more damage over here. But yeah, it's really up to you on what you feel like you need. Now, if it's up to me right now, I kind of wanted to get these extra arrows right now. That's what I want to focus in on, unless I feel like, you know, we're taking more damage, because remember, there's newer monsters with this league, with the new mechanic, and they don't really seem to be hitting super hard right now, so we'll get an additional arrow. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the bathhouse. Remember I said the bathhouse has 3 things? Oh. This person wants to buy something for 1 Chaos Orb? Cool. Let's go ahead and pick up the 1 Chaos Orb. So, let's see if he comes over to us. Usually what I do is, if someone wants to buy something, and this is like a little tip, you don't go back into town until he joins the party. Because sometimes people, they'll say they want it, and then they change their mind and see a different item that they want. It's fine. So now, we are going to be going from the bathhouse, instead of going towards the High Gardens, which is where we went before to fight the boss, we are going to be going into the Lunaris Concourse. See how, like, that guy, so he said he wanted the item, didn't come back. I invited him to the party, just nothing. But it's not a big deal. That's how trade is in PoE. I wish it wasn't like this, but you have to learn, and the best way to learn is just see, you know, happen to someone else that's been doing it for a really long time. Grab the Struler's Orb and keep it going. Now, if we do find it to be a little bit too difficult, like we're not able to survive, it's a really good item called Immortal Flesh that I believe we can use at level 50 or 61. And it basically gives us like 300 life per second, and pretty much any dot damage, unless we're getting one-shotted, we're going to be a-okay. So this over here, we just got the waypoint for the Lunaris, but it's not really that required. So we're going to go to the Lunaris Temple from here. This is Danig. Danig can give you the other currencies, but I don't really care about it right now. We have a bunch of stacks of corrupted blood. I just saw that. But we just walked right through it. So we could look for Corrupted Blood Immunity. There's a unique monster, so we're gonna go kill him. Oh, fast he melted. Wow, very impressive. I don't even feel like I noticed that they even added stronger monsters and stuff. I think this build is one of the builds where it's just so strong that it doesn't matter. Alright, so now we're at the Lunaris Temple level 1. We're going to have to get to level 2. So there's going to be 2 eggs to collect. The blue egg and the red egg, and you combine them, and then you get to fight Solaris and Lunaris. It's actually one of the coolest looking bosses, I think, in Path of Exile. It's one of my favorite looking ones. Oh, this one has a speed mod on it. Maybe someone else wants to buy my quiver. And now he's going to go. And we can go to...
Can't see why I'd want to do that.
We can go to their hideout or our hideout. Let's go sell this thing real quick. Let's go teleport towards him. And we go trade. And you'll see some people have like anime ones. I have like an anime one too, where you can customize, and people will have some meme ones. But now we're gonna go back and continue. Now that we have our 1 Chaos Orb, we might be able to get upgrade relatively soon. What would I upgrade here? I'm actually really satisfied with everything that we have, to be honest. What are our gloves? Alright, we actually just got gloves. Maybe the quiver? I think the quiver had that was... It's really not that bad. Crit Multiplier doesn't do anything for us, but overall, I mean, all the stats are pretty solid. It's double res, life. It's just one of the offensive stats instead of it being flat. It could have been, yeah, flat damage instead of crit. Because Crit Multiplier, Crit Strike chance, crit damage doesn't help us. Because remember, we have the thing that gives us, we can't deal crit damage. But in return, we get almost all of our attacks, for some games, are like half crit. Which is really good because we don't even need to get any crit. Don't need to get any, no crit needed, yeah. No crit chance, no crit multiplier, just we can always get the damage. But now that we're close on this thing's not going to take too much damage. There we go. Good stuff. So we get the waypoint here, but it doesn't really matter. You don't need to get the waypoint. We're just here specifically to kill a boss and take the egg. Oh. Oh shoot, hold on. What's funny with TikTok is sometimes you'll have to do a capture in the middle of your stream, otherwise your stream ends. What, you do multiple captures? What? It won't let me. It says verification complete, but it won't let me. Okay, now it's working. I don't know what the heck that was. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. And yeah, like I said, we're just looking for an egg. It's not like something we have to look for. It's a boss that we fight, and then the egg will drop once we kill the boss. So 9 more levels to go, then we could use our new bow. And if I want to, what would be actually smart is if I leveled up this. Oh, I was going to level up the returning projectile support, which we could actually do right now. Oh, wait. Oh, is this the wrong bow? Okay, it's the wrong bow. What I should do, you know what, I'm going to level this up. And if you want to level up 1, 2, that's fine. I already had one. What is it? Returning projectiles? It's in one of these. Okay, so I'm going to put it over here so I can level it up. So later we can use it. But don't feel like you have to level it up right now. It's better to do it though if you also have like a 5 link and you're kind of waiting for it. But you can run a lot of different things. For flat damage, you can frostbite, hypothermia are usually like the go-to, but added any elemental damage is totally fine. Cold, lightning, fire, because we're doing all of them. Although I think fire gives you like an increase based off of your physical, and we don't really have physical to scale. But our current bow. Let's see if we can dash across. No, we're not gonna be able to. It's kind of a wall. So let's go down. Oh, not that way either. Unlucky. It's probably all the way down here.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Oh, did we lose an aura? Oh, we lost vitality, but it's not a super important aura. Vitality just gives us a little bit more regen. So going straight down. Oh, looks like we need to go left. Ooh, another level up. So 66, so 8 more levels. 8 more levels, and we get to use the brand new bow and get like way more damage. Now we'll lose the chain, but it's okay. Oh man, it's just so fast though. Because we're gonna get chain anyways. It's just instead of +2 chain, we only get 1. But most of the time, you just fire once and it deletes everything. Feels super satisfying. Dang. Got unlucky again. It was I think the other direction. Sometimes you can get kind of stuck in these gates. Okay, let's keep it going. Here's probably where we need to go. Looks like a divination card or something dropped. Be careful sometimes when you're picking up items and there's like a giant AoE on the ground, sometimes you'll just die. But here we go, we're finally at the boss, or the portal. Click on the portal. Now it looks like we're really good on mana problems, because if you're out of mana, like, you're gonna do no damage, and waiting for your mana to regen is no good. So okay, the only important thing is to get the moon orbs, and once we get the moon orb, we are good to go with that area. Now we're gonna go, and we can go back to the toxic conduits, or we can go from the Lunaris concourse, then we can go to like the middle area, and then go to another area. But I think it's faster to do it this way, but it doesn't really matter too much. So what do I want to get with my X points? Yeah, we're just going to keep on getting all of this. So we're going to get this additional arrow. So we're going to get a lot of attack speed over here, which is great. Our attack speed is already pretty nice. And we're still one-shotting everything. But what this will allow us to do once we get the double arrows is remove the volley support gem. So now we're in the Quay. And we're going to get another something else to just get more damage. So at the Quay, we're actually looking for an ankh. So we're looking for an ankh, and then we're looking for like the next zone. And there's also another like skill point quest. I'm just going to check and see if there's any paths from over here. Because this area is very large. It's one of the most annoying quests in the game. And the reason why is because there's a lot of these very skinny areas that you need to go to that you may not see. Like over here, see how this is a very skinny area, and this is the objective. Well, I was really lucky. But you might not be that lucky, and don't worry. I've sat here and walked all the way around the whole area, and I'm like, where the heck is the objective? So sometimes it's a very skinny area. So this area has 2 objectives. So one, you get the ankh, and then you're going to use that ankh for a quest. And then the other thing that you can do is the next area where you're looking for the egg. The red egg, because we already have the blue egg, now we get the red egg. So what we're looking for now is Resurrection Sight. So the ankh is used for a quest to help a lady find her like lost husband who's been hiding. Alright, hopefully we can get it first try. Resurrection Sight. Wow, we got lucky. But I'm gonna talk to her, and then he's gonna take a second. While it's taking a second. That's why I love playing with the ballistas. There's a lot of downtime in between certain boss fights where like they do something, and so you can just chill and let. This is getting most of the stuff done, which is awesome. The nice thing is that I'm gonna move this 3-link into the 4-link, and we'll have Artillery Ballista to be even stronger. Because I'm still gonna keep this armor for a while until we get something better. Just get an armor with just an insane amount of evasion rating. Just, you know, get something with a huge amount of evasion rating. You get maybe Cosprey's Will or something like that. Super cheap item. Like 1 chaos. So fight the boss now. Pullman. And he's dead. We talked to her and she says, thanks, meet me in town and you'll get a skill point. But now we're going to go back from this area and we're going to go up and to the right. And that should be the next zone that we need to go to. I'm not sure if I understood what you mean by that, Largest. Alright, let's go ahead and go up. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna guess this way. Oh, I was right. Again, that's why I don't like this area. I mean, look how large this is. What about alchemy? Woo! Now we go to the Grain Gate. Now we go. Grab the waypoint here. Although this waypoint isn't super necessary. We don't need the waypoint for the Quay either because we don't go back. We just need to get to the egg. So in this area, there is a boss that sometimes, like, I don't even need to find it because I just, like, kill it so fast. This boss is very, very weak. And sometimes I look for the enemy to kill, but it's usually somewhere around the wall. And this will be a skill point quest. There was a time where I one-shotted the boss, so I didn't even notice. I'm like, okay, I can't find the boss. Where is it? And it just happened to be a boss that I just one-shot instantly. So, because they're supposed to start off some dialogue, but I guess I killed it like just way too fast. But it's usually somewhere around over here, like it's up against the wall right here. See, now it says talk to Mormon for a reward. But like, see how fast we just killed the boss? Like, it was just way too fast. So I didn't even notice it at all. Yeah, if it was Tujin, I would do it, but it's not Tujin, so I'm just gonna keep it going. Lots of 4 links, or yeah, 4 link items. What are we at? 59. All right. Then we go to Imperial Fields. And from Imperial Fields, we just follow the path, and we're gonna go to the Solaris Concourse, which is basically just a different color version of the Lunaris Concourse. So you get the red egg from the Solaris, the blue egg from Lunaris, so sun and moon. Yeah, most of this trash is still down to 1 hit, but like elites, it's taking a little bit of time. But once we get that new bow, hopefully all the elites will also die in 1 hit. Now, I don't expect to kill any like the act bosses in 1 hit. That's technically doable with some builds, but it's unrealistic. And with our speed, like, this is pretty solid. But what is important is you don't have to have the Solaris or Lunaris. You don't have to have both the Solaris and Lunaris Concourse, but you need to get one of the waypoints. And the reason why is because otherwise you have to walk back from, like, the Imperial Fields or something. So just get one of them. If you didn't get the Lunaris, now we can get the Solaris one. You just need one of the waypoints because it's going to be way faster this way. It's Gwenin. So Gwenin can give you a random item, but it's like digging through the trash can for a lottery ticket. It's not worth it in my opinion. It's good for like YouTubers for content creation to be like, okay, it only took me this amount of tries, but good luck. Okay. So looking for the Solaris Temple. Oh, wait, we were already at the Solaris Temple. Okay. This area over here is the Solaris Concourse. We already have the Lunaris Concourse, so we don't need this one. So yeah, it's one of these. Solaris or Lunaris Concourse. If you don't have that waypoint, grab one of them. But this is the other area. Okay, that door was giving me some difficulties. I don't know why action RPGs still have doors. I get it in Diablo 1 because that actually makes sense because you open the door and a bunch of monsters kind of come out. But in modern day action RPGs, not necessary, because in Diablo 1 there was a strategy where you would sit by the door and you would only fight one monster at once because you would have hit stun. And Pee-wee has hit stun as well, but it's manageable. Diablo 1, you would get infinitely hit stunned. Butcher was very notorious for doing that. But I'd say the best character for solo gameplay in Diablo 4, I mean, right now, no question Barbarian is the best class. Now, for Season 4, we'll have to wait and see. The PTR comes out very soon, but I want to say Sorceress might be one of the best classes. The reason why is they have like a bunch of new toys, and they gave Teleport plus 500% damage, which is basically like a Diablo 3 mod. Which I thought that they didn't want to do a Diablo 3, like, you know, game design decision where they just like take a skill and be like, okay, how is this skill good? Well, it just does 5,000% more damage, which I don't really mind, because it just means that like that skill is now viable. But I think a better decision is just to make all the skills viable and just have some more creative like ways to play with the skill, versus, oh, this particular skill does not have a 5,000 multiplier. It just is not a good skill, right? Whereas Path of Exile, you just can get increased damage. And you could do it in Diablo with running, let's say, like the LOD, which is Legacy of Dreams, or Legacy of Nightmare set. That is another option to play like off-meta things, but most things that are good in the game, it's like you get a 500% multiplier, 300% multiplier, you run a set that gives you a 10,000, and then you got your build, you know? It's kind of how it is. But with this boss over here, no different than any of the other ones. Just shoot, move. He's going to summon some lasers. It's actually just like the, what's it? Holy Ray or something in Diablo 3. It's like a Crusader skill. Now that we have the Sun and Moon Orb, we're good to go. Now we take him to the Harbor Bridge. So you either go to the Solaris Concourse or the Lunaris one. Doesn't matter which one. Just go to one of them. So since we have the Lunaris one, we're going to go through the Lunaris one. But we should be going usually... So if you go on the Lunaris, it should be to the right. If you're on the Solaris, it should be to the left. I'm actually going to double check if it's... Okay, it could be connected over here. Let's see. Because they kind of meet up in the middle. Ah, I was correct. Okay, Harbor Bridge. So again, they meet up in the middle. That's why one goes to the other, goes through the other one.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And this is gonna be pretty much the end of this act once we fight this boss. Like I said, the game gets faster and faster because we not only do have more movement speed, but our build is like just dunking on the content. And you see how it starts to get brighter because now we're getting into the middle, and the Solaris is super bright. We have 10 stacks of Corrupted Blood. This does a lot of damage. Very dangerous. We could get a jewel and then get immunity to Corrupted Blood. That is an option. There used to be this really good jewel that would give you flat lightning damage, but it got deleted in the game. I usually get that thing really early. But now, if you want to get a jewel that has immunity to Corrupted Blood, that is an option. I'll show you how to get it later. It's not super important now. It also might cost like 5 Chaos Orbs, which I don't have, so I can't actually show you it. But all you do is you look for a Corrupted Jewel that has the implicit of Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted on you. But yeah, that's a thing that can definitely get you killed. So if you have a flask, it can give you, oh, this is immunity to Corrupted Blood. So if I have that happen, I can just pop that and it would remove it, and then we're good. Very easy boss though. Basically shoot and move, just like all the bosses. And I believe it's definitely fire damage with one of them. I'm guessing Lunaris.
My mana is gone.
Is it lightning, or is it going to be? Because lightning is blue, so is cold. I don't know. I'm just assuming, but it doesn't matter. We have all the resistances anyways. So now we go to the Blood Aqueduct. We're just zooming through the campaign now. Gotta get that waypoint. Let's keep it going. Ooh, look at that. It's just one-shotting almost everything. This is actually a really good spot to level up. So right now, if I hit tab, you'll see it says we are level... It shows that the area level is 61. And we are level 60. So if we need to gain levels, this would be a good spot. Usually you can be 1 to 2 levels below, but if I was like level 55, I would actually farm this again and again, and I'll show you guys how to do that once we get back into town. runs called Blood Aqueduct runs, because a lot of people will kind of rush through the campaign and then they will level up over here because it's very, very fast. The reason why is it's all like in straight clusters for like the monsters. Like everything's lined up like really good. The density is pretty solid here. Oh, this could explode on us. Whew. We're fast enough to get away. But yeah, those things will inflict corrupted blood. Corrupted blood's almost like bleed, but like it inflicts so many stacks on you that it becomes nasty. And that is it. But like, look how fast we can go through this. And I'll do... That was actually 50. But now we are in the next act. So, we got all of the... I'm just going to double check on that. Oh, we have the quests that we need to go get our rewards from. Because some of them, we got the quest finished, like Gemling Legion and Love is Dead, which was a little like ankh that we got. But we never got our reward, which is going to be a skill point quest. So we get a skill point right there. And then we have another one from this one over here. And let's see if this gives us a reward. Okay. We are good now. Now we have 2 skill points. Bam, bam. Now we can get this over here. Additional arrow. So we got 1 additional arrow here. And then we're going to get another additional arrow right over here. And then this one, if we do want to grab, let's see what it would be good over here. Accuracy per green socket. That one's okay. And then this one over here is actually an attack mastery. And what you could think about getting is, where is it? You can get increased attack speed per enemy in close range, or intimidated. You can actually get rage. There used to be like a pair of gloves that would give you rage, but they got nerfed, so it's probably not even a good recommendation anymore. So yeah, we're probably just going to grab this for now. If you need the extra accuracy, which we may need relatively soon. So what's our accuracy? 2696. 2696. Oh, I think we're over. Oh, we are actually under our accuracy that we need. So we need more accuracy. So how are we going to solve it? There's several different ways we can solve it. We can solve it with our items. We can solve it with the tree. Now, what I'm going to do, unfortunately, the crit strike chance is kind of useless here. So what else could we do for accuracy? There is elemental resistances plus accuracy. That one could be something that I could consider. We have 10 refund points. For me, like it depends on your character. Again, what I would rather do, honestly, because it's a pretty big chunk of damage that we were like missing out on because we have too much HP. It's kind of weird. I have too much HP to the point where it's not like it's like going to give us like negative damage, but we're missing out on 40% more damage, which is a pretty big chunk of DPS. So I can start pathing towards it. We were still already one-shotting things, so I don't need to like remove this, but ideally I would get this. This also gives us 15% increased accuracy with our bows, so we could consider grabbing these as well. And right now this will give us plus 200. The other bow, at 6 more levels, will also give us a pretty big chunk, which I don't remember where we put the bow. It's this one over here. This one, it does not give us any accuracy, so that's unfortunate, but no big deal. So now we are going to go back to Act 9, and we are going to be starting the next part of Part 9, Act 9, very soon. But anyways, drop a like on your way out, and I'll see you guys in Part 9 very soon.